We're talking about the difference between plot and interpretation.
In reading and writing classes, the model that we use is based on this idea of cognitive apprenticeship. Expertise is taught through a process of modeling, providing lots and lots of practice, and while students are practicing, providing lots and lots of coaching and scaffolding. And then over time, as expertise develops, gradually releasing responsibility to students.
Does it ever say how old she is? No.
In CUNY Start, the teachers model for the students in lots of different ways and show them the processes that we as experienced readers and writers do, and they often happen invisibly.
Her teeth, it says that her teeth are worn down and
So to you, that's evidence that she's
older.
Okay, I want some more evidence looking at quotes from the story about how old she is.
And that's why it's so hard to teach, is you have to become aware of all of those different steps, and you also have to help students become aware of all of those different steps.
Her skin was weathered and almost black, soft and creased like the leather on the seats of antique.
Metacognition is all about being aware of your invisible processes as you have them.
When it's like when it's worn out,
Worn out.
very old.
And so when we model, we use think-alouds where we talk about what's going on in our heads.
What are the things that she's compared to? An antique car, leather seat.
This is a very important part of our approach.
I don't think we came to 100% agreement. Some people think she's a little older, some people think she's a little younger. We all have evidence for that, so I guess we can just leave that as is because we don't have to agree.
Making these skills accessible through taking away the mystery, naming the skills, talking about when and why we use them.
We're going to talk about quote sandwiches. What do you think that the meat is in the sandwich when we're writing?
Your thesis.
We provide them with, I guess I call them smart tools, different kinds of templates that we use
And I'm going to show you a few examples.
that contain some of the information about how to structure an essay, or contain some of the information for how to make a complex argument, but not all of the information.
You're going to do most of your explaining in the bottom slice. Right now you're just setting yourself up. I think that giving them the tools and kind of like demystifying a lot of stuff is really important too. And sometimes that means we're telling you, okay, every time you write something, you're going to refer back to this in some form or another. And I really think that's true for college writing. You have to introduce your quote, you have to have your quote, and you have to interpret it. And if no one ever tells you that that's what you do with a quote, then you might not ever know.
I don't get it. Why they come one by one to see the mouth of the Eskimo?
You remember at the beginning of the story, she asked them to read about the Eskimos. It tells them how women would chew on the hides of the animal.
So students are getting scaffolded through using these smart tools and then being able to try them out in a small group environment that's not threatening.
I think we did a discussion on it.
Listening to each other and building on what each other is saying is something we're also working on.
That's what his grandpa was doing, scheming. And that's where he was like, that's where it was going at.
Hearing how other students are responding to text or are processing text or are talking about the kind of protocols that we teach them. And so they have opportunities to learn from sort of a range of models.
What other evidence do you have? A stronger one. I'm looking for a strong evidence.
Fading is when you slowly release responsibility to the learner, but also knowing the precise moments that you can intervene to coach students in a way that doesn't overwhelm them or take away their agency.
As far as that characteristic, the grandfather was wrong.
And make the decision about what do I give feedback on, where is that coaching moment that's going to be helpful to the student.
It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, I mean, it reminds me of myself.
You're letting the students make mistakes, and you have to let yourself watch it happen.
And when he said you're still 50 pounds, that to me, it's like his suffering hasn't ended.
I think a lot of our students have equated mistakes with failure and judgment. And so we really want to sort of unattach those two things. Making a mistake means that you're trying and that you're exploring and that you're going into new territory.
Just call out if you have some quality for the grandfather that you think should be on the list.
That's really important because expert readers make mistakes, but they have strategies for moving through them.
The grandfather was so religious, then he wouldn't be trying to manipulate Masood.
We're teaching students to develop skill in becoming strong academic readers and writers.
And I think it kind of is true because then you got the little boy who said he always dreamed that one day that just might belong to his grandfather.
When you read a complex text, you have to understand that comprehension is something that emerges over time.
I think in this part he's saying like, before Allah or God calls me to his presence, that's what I want to do.
And so in these classes, we're putting students in situations where they're learning how to feel comfortable with complexity and how to sort of untangle the difficulty over time.
Against my